Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's guaranteed to give you a boost of energy and inspiration. We're talking about the 10 most powerful motivational quotes of the past decade and the massive impact they've had on society. But here's the catch. Some of these quotes will challenge the way you think about success, failure, and your very purpose in life. And wait for it, because the last quote, it might just change your entire perspective on what it means to chase your dreams. Stick around till the end to find out what that is. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's get started. First up, we've got one from the tech legend himself, Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. This quote has resonated with millions, especially in a world where many of us are stuck in jobs we don't love. But here's the thing. Jobs didn't just mean passion for the work itself, but also a deep connection to your purpose. Over the past decade, this message has been a driving force behind the rise of the passion economy. More and more people are shifting from traditional 9 to 5 roles to pursue careers in creative fields, side hustles, and entrepreneurial ventures. And it's not just about doing what you love. It's about finding a way to make that work great, to put your heart into it. So the next time you feel like you're stuck in a dead-end job, ask yourself, are you doing it because you love it or because you think you have to? This quote has been a key reminder for people to seek fulfillment in their work, and it's led to some incredible success stories. Remember, loving what you do is the first step to doing great work. Next, one of the most iconic sports quotes ever. And yes, it still hits hard today. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky's advice isn't just for hockey players, it's for everyone. The past decade has been all about taking risks, especially with the rise of social media, new career opportunities, and a globalized world. People are now encouraged more than ever to take chances, to go after the job, the relationship, the idea, or the startup they've been dreaming of. In fact, the very culture of entrepreneurship, especially among younger generations, has exploded thanks to this mindset. The idea that you can't succeed unless you take a shot is more relevant than ever. But here's the kicker. You might fail, and that's okay. As Gretzky says, you're missing out more by not trying. So whether you're thinking of changing your career or starting a new project, remember, take the shot, even if it feels uncertain, because in the end, it's the shots you take that define your journey. So, take the shot and make it count. Now, let's talk about patience and persistence. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. Sam Levinson's words remind us that time doesn't wait. So, why should we? This quote has gained massive relevance in today's hustle culture, where we're constantly told to work harder, faster, and more efficiently. But here's the twist. The real power of this quote is in its subtle encouragement to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps might be. The last decade has seen a shift in how we view productivity. It's not always about rushing to the finish line, but about consistency. It's the idea of doing your best every day, even when it feels like nothing is happening. And just like the clock keeps ticking, you keep going. Keep making progress, and eventually, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Keep going. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. This quote from Winston Churchill has stood the test of time, and it's still incredibly impactful in today's society. We live in an era where people are constantly worried about their failures, especially with social media amplifying everyone's successes and perfect moments. But Churchill's wisdom reminds us that neither success nor failure is permanent. The true measure of a person is their ability to rise again. The past decade has been all about resilience. Think about it. So many of us have faced setbacks, whether personal or professional. But what has gotten us through is the courage to continue. And that's a message that's inspired movements, personal transformations, and even corporate turnarounds. The key takeaway here: don't let either your wins or your losses define you. Keep moving forward, because that's where the real growth happens. And that's the essence of courage. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African proverb. Let's talk about collaboration for a second. This African proverb has gained a lot of attention in the last decade, especially in the context of global business and team dynamics. We all know that going solo can feel empowering, but what happens when you hit a roadblock? Well, that's where the power of teamwork comes in. Over the past decade, we've seen the rise of collaborative cultures, from corporate teams to digital creators teaming up for viral projects. Whether it's co-working spaces, group ventures, or partnerships in business, this proverb highlights a powerful truth. The greatest successes come when we lift each other up. It's been a game changer for society, especially as we move toward more inclusive and supportive communities. If you're striving for something big, remember, you don't have to do it alone. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar's perspective on goal setting has influenced countless people over the last decade. It's not just about what you accomplish, it's about who you become along the way. In a world obsessed with external markers of success, like wealth, fame, or accolades, Ziglar's quote reminds us that the true value of pursuing our dreams lies in the transformation we undergo. This mindset shift has been critical, especially with the rise of mindfulness, self-improvement, and wellness movements. We've seen people focus more on the personal journey than the destination. So, ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to become in the pursuit of your goals? The answer could change the way you approach every challenge. Embrace the journey and let it shape you into the best version of yourself. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Yes, another quote from Steve Jobs, and this one hits differently. This idea of living authentically has become one of the most important values of the last decade. With social media's constant pressure to compare ourselves to others, Jobs' reminder is a wake-up call. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of living for others, whether it's societal expectations, family pressures, or the idealized lives we see online. But this quote forces us to ask, what does my life look like? What do I want to create? Over the past decade, people have embraced their individuality more than ever, making bold choices to follow their own path. This has resulted in a cultural shift where authenticity is celebrated and conformity is no longer the goal. Don't let someone else's dream keep you from pursuing your own. Remember, the power to shape your life is in your hands. Embrace it fully. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker's timeless advice has never been more relevant. As we move through an ever-changing world, this quote has become the anthem for innovators, disruptors, and creators. The past decade has seen unprecedented technological advances, and with those, new opportunities to shape the future. People have embraced the idea that they don't have to wait for the future to happen. They can actively create it through their actions today. This mindset has powered everything from the rise of tech startups to the explosion of personal brands on social media. It's about recognizing that you have the power to design the life and career you want, rather than just waiting for things to fall into place. Embrace this philosophy, and you'll find that the future is not something that happens to you, but something you create. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. This quote from Theodore Roosevelt is a call to action for anyone who feels like they're not ready or don't have enough to begin. In the last decade, people have had to adapt quickly to changing circumstances, and that often means using the resources at hand. Whether it's creating content on a budget, starting a business with limited capital, or simply making the most of what you've got, this quote has inspired countless individuals to take action despite limitations. And let's be honest, how many times have you thought, I can't do this because I don't have enough? Well, this quote tells you to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start working with what you've got right now. Remember, progress is made by taking the first step, no matter how small. So take that step today. The best way out is always through. Robert Frost. And last, but certainly not least, we've got a powerful quote from Robert Frost. In today's fast-paced world, many of us try to avoid pain or difficult situations, hoping that if we just ignore them, they'll go away. But Frost's words remind us that the only way to overcome challenges is to face them head on. Over the past decade, this quote has inspired people to tackle their personal struggles, whether it's dealing with mental health, financial setbacks, or difficult relationships. It's all about confronting obstacles directly, knowing that the path to growth often runs through hardship. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember, the best way out is always through. And with that, you can find the strength to keep moving forward, no matter what. And there you have it. 10 of the most impactful motivational quotes of the past decade, each one shaping how we view success, failure, and the journey of life. Which quote spoke to you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you found value in this video, share it with a friend who needs some motivation today. Subscribe to the channel and get notified of new content. Leave a like in the comment section, and I will respond to your comments in a timely manner. Thank you, and remember, your dreams are closer than you think. So keep going. Until next time, stay inspired. Keep pushing forward